Good morning. My name is Onepeg MG, here with my lovely assistant, the very handsome ARNIE. Hi, buddy. And this is the news. So, a few relatively minor things, a little bit of reaching out. It seems like Nikita has been taking a very, very active role in how communicative he's being with the community, which I think is an amazing step in the right direction. People on Reddit and the forums, streamers alike, content creators like myself have definitely taken notice. Nikita, I don't know if you ever see my stuff, but if you do see this, I just want to say thank you for being more transparent, more forthcoming, and communicative with the community. It's definitely what we need, and I really like seeing it. But anyway, our first story has to do with game-breaking bug. So a Redditor by the name of 4114fishy had put out a little PSA that basically says, if while using a piece of medication, like an IFAK kit, let's say, if you were to use an IFAK to the point where it was about to be exhausted, and as you're in the middle of that healing animation, you change the hotkey of that item to another kit of some kind, you can no longer use any healing items from that point on forward throughout the remainder of the raid. Now, Nikita made a response that basically said, got it, and said that he was going to be taking care of that issue. Next, there was another Redditor that basically asked for the ability to combine compatible headsets and helmets into a single slot item for ease of use and space saving. Essentially taking something like a 6B47 helmet and a Comtac 2 or a set of Swordons and combining them like so into a single item. Now, as we all know, when it comes to items like this, those things take up two separate slots in your inventory. So Nikita naturally responded, no, that's not how this works. They're two separate items. There's two separate slots in your inventory for that. And in the quote-unquote real world, if you were to put on those items, you would be doing them separately. You can't combine a 6B47 and a pair of regular old Comtacs and kind of like glue that into the inside of your helmet or find an attachment point and be able to do that in the real world. So that one was kind of thrown out. Next, there was a bug with level 2 Peacekeeper. They recently added a SA-58 or foul trade, of which someone had basically taken a screen cap of that and shown that the trade was incorrect. 2 intelligence and 3 hard drives. But if you notice, these hard drives have this blue border on them. Those hard drives are not the kind of hard drives that currently exist in the game. Looks like that is something that maybe will be added at another point. I'm not sure exactly what that item is. I've never seen that before. But Nikita, again, made a response on Reddit and said that that was going to be fixed. And even as of 2 hours ago, said that it was done, as seen right here. So that has been repaired. Good stuff. This is a bit of a PSA, again, kind of borrowed from Reddit and YouTube a little bit, but just to kind of like disseminate this information to everyone. 3 hours ago, there was a post made by a gentleman named Hard Pencils, who made a short YouTube video that showed a potential scam on the flea market currently. And it's done using a task from Peacekeeper called Bullshit, believe it or not. If we take a look at the quest that Skier has called Bullshit, one of the items that he asks you to place in this, he says SV98, a roller watch, and put a fake flash drive in the dorm's 3rd floor pile of trash opposite the stairs. What this does is it gives you this, what is called a false flash drive. There's one of them. Now, as we know, task items, quest items are things that can be traded. The issue is, in the title of this video being y'all effing pathetic, the issue with this is, as you can see, there are people that are selling bags, there are people that are selling containers with these false flash drives inside of them, listed for 1 million, 1.5 million, 2 million rubles, as if they contained actual flash drives that you could sell on the flea market as a flash drive task item. Now, we know that This false flash drive, having looked at it, is not the same thing. You can't use a false flash drive and substitute that for a real one. Doesn't work. They're two different items, but the imagery, the art for that item is the same. So these people are basically trying to scam folks into buying these bags at some ultra high premium in exchange for these false flash drives. Kind of shitty. So just as a PSA to all of you guys, be careful, right? Don't buy those things, obviously. All right. And hopefully you guys haven't succumbed to that one as of yet. Our next story has to do with an old trade that was brought back. So there used to be a trade in the game where you could exchange Geiger counters and MREs for an AS Val. That was since removed. Well, there was a post submitted about a day ago that requested that it please be brought back because the Geiger counters that were used for the AS Val trade were essentially useless once they removed that trade. So now they've brought back the trade for the AS Val. That's 2 Geiger counters and 6 MREs, and that has been brought back according to Nikita as of yesterday. Next, we have another post that was made by a gentleman named I Play With Fires that says simply, flashlights can blind the Reap IR thermal scope. Nikita responded in kind and said, got it. Looks like that's going to be fixed too. Next, we have a post that was made by Veiny HD Gaming, essentially saying that the DVL-10 was too expensive when compared to the R700. You could take an R700 and buy that for 50 to 60K and even suppress it for another 50 to 60K, which came in at the price, if not lower than, the DVL at 130K. So in response, Nikita said, well, I'm going to drop that by 33%. So the DVL, as of now, has been discounted by a third. Pretty cool. I wanted to end today's recording with something more on the feel-good side of the community. A couple of days ago, there was a request made by a gentleman named 1041 in Reddit, where he just basically made a special request to Battlestate Games and Nikita. And it says, hey all, I've been doing voice acting for about 13 years now. One of my dreams was to voice act in a badass video game. Unfortunately, I've only been able to land some extremely small-time gigs in a Roblox game, LOL, and a couple other single developer projects I don't think ever released, or just haven't yet. The post then goes on to make a request to Nikita and the devs, along with a soundboard link to SoundCloud, where he gives samples of different voice lines, basically requesting that he be given the ability to do the voice for a USEC 3. And the Reddit response was amazing. Everybody overwhelmingly positively said, dude, your stuff is really, really good, myself included. So, as fate would have it, Nikita responded and said, why not? Let's give it a shot. They reached out to him, contacted him, sent him the instructions and a script of different lines to say. And as of now, I don't yet have a response from him or the devs to say whether or not it's been accepted for his samples, but I remain hopeful. If anyone actually has any contact information for him other than DMing him directly on Reddit, or if somebody would forward him this video, I would love very much to speak with him about it a little bit more and maybe get some information from him directly on the progress of his project with Battlestate. That's all I have for today, guys. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. The last couple of weeks even have been absolutely surreal. There has been breakneck growth for all of these platforms that I act in, and I could not be more grateful or thankful for all of the support that you guys have shown me. I know I keep saying thank you, but I genuinely mean it. You guys have been amazing. Hopefully, we'll be able to turn this into my full-time gig with all of your support as it continues on. And while that is a crazy pipe dream of a thing for me over the last year, it actually starts to look remotely viable now, and that is crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. So thank you guys. Yeah. So I'll see you next time, okay? Thanks.